was looking at the biography of our first celebrity guest, and there's just too much to mention about her. We're going to let her sum it up for herself, and all I can say is that she's super multi-talented. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on Spirit Sunday. Now, you're quite a popular, prominent personality in this province. You're very much well-known, and you've done and been involved in so many things. You went to school and studied economics. You studied industrial psychology. You then went into radio, television, and other media, and interacting with people and presenting to the nation a television program whose content and material is of great spiritual significance. Having done and been involved in so many things, what would you say is the one philosophy that sums up your thinking about life and living generally as a spiritual being?
I would say that constantly evolves. My understanding and my philosophy, you know, as I learn and grow, my philosophy changes and grows depending on which challenges I'm facing or which new adventure I'd like to go on. There's a wonderful quote by Helen Keller that I always carry with me, and she was deaf and she was blind, and she said, "Life is a daring adventure or nothing at all." And I like to think of my life in that way. I'm a lifelong student, I'd like to say. So therefore, I've explored so many wonderful things in my life in terms of work, in terms of my personal life, creativity, intellectually, because I think that as long as you keep on growing and keep on seeking and keep on evolving as a person, you're always going to have a wonderful, fresh perspective and see life as an incredible gift. Every day when you wake up, you know, it's start a whole new adventure.
Yeah. For anyone, I think, who might have questioned why did Free Spirit capture that award, I think you've just displayed to them why it was so.
Thank you.
There are things that come from the heart that are completely not scripted, and I think when we do programs like these, you either really believe it or you shouldn't be doing a program like this at all.
Absolutely.
Now, we want to show our viewers a few visuals of you and your team receiving an award that Wheel and I were honored to have presented for the Best Magazine program. It went to none other than Free Spirit. And again, it came from the heart. Now, putting a program like this together, I know a lot of Cape Townians are excited when you're out filming in different parts of Cape Town. People ask us this: what's it like to be doing a spiritual program and to be receiving awards up against other commercial properties for the SABC?
It feels like an incredible gift, first of all, to have a voice like that, to be part of a team, like the Free Spirit team, where you get to do what you love and hang out with people you really love, and you get to call it work. That, first of all, is a huge gift. And to see the impact that programs like Free Spirit and Spirit Sunday has, it's really wonderful for Free Spirit to have been acknowledged in that way. Also, I've been with the Free Spirit team for about 2 years, but they've been doing the program for, it was something like 6 years now, so they've been at it for a very long time. So it was wonderful to accept that award and to say the thanks on behalf of the team. But really, I just work there. They do everything. They are wonderful.
My question to Natalie is, what would be your one encouragement to the youth out there in terms of multicultural and obviously religion as well?
My one message to the youth would be, every day is a gift. Life is an incredible gift. In terms of multicultural and religion, I would say that everyone has their own definition of spirituality. Religion is a wonderful conduit to learn spirituality, but I would say that you would define that for yourself. Take what works for you, take what resonates with you. I would say no judgment. Don't judge. Don't say, because I have a different religion than yours, mine's better than yours, because then I think you miss the point of what spirituality tries to teach, which is tolerance, acceptance, openness, loving your neighbor as you love yourself. And just that life is an incredible gift. I think the youth are amazing and very lucky in that they have their lives ahead of them. So to always keep the perspective of that life is a gift, and every day waking up, it doesn't matter what your circumstances are, it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what's happening in your life right now. Every day is an opportunity to create the life that you really want.
Yeah.
Hi there. I'd like to know, what does Free Spirit teach the youth?
What I'd like to think Free Spirit teaches the youth is it creates awareness of the way that people practice their different belief systems. It creates awareness of how huge the world is, how many different belief systems we are, But at the end of it, I'd like to think that it also teaches us that we have more in common, that we have differences. So I'd like to think that it teaches the youth awareness, acceptance, and tolerance, and also opens their eyes to a wider array of belief systems than they might be taught at home or at school.
Hello, Natalie.
Hello.
I was just wondering that maybe in this free spirit belief, isn't it important to teach the youth about their own religion? I mean the indigenous religion. Because if you see out there, there is too much confusion within the youth. So the way I know my religion, African religion, I believe it is because of we are not following the backgrounds of our own religion, you know. We seem to be invaded by other religions. Now, that is why we seem to have a lost spirit, a free lost spirit, than a reality from spirituality, you know. So what do you make of that?
Religion obviously is an important part of many cultures. I think it's how children learn from their parents and from their community to be part of a culture, of a community, of a family through religion. It's a very strong and powerful tool. Religion, in my experience and from what I've seen and from what we see in the world around us, can also sometimes breed fragmentation, especially when there is an attitude of intolerance or an attitude of separateness and superiority of one religion over the other. What I believe is that we should live in tolerance, in acceptance, and an openness to acknowledging one another's religions without feeling that ours is threatened if another or many others coexist. So I think that more than anything is the message that we're trying to get out there to the youth. And I do think it's important for families and communities and for the youth themselves to take ownership of the religion and the belief system that they would like to practice. And of course for families to strengthen the youth, to give them a strong belief system from which to grow, but also to encourage openness and tolerance and acceptance, because I think that is how we are going to heal as a people, as a nation, as a world, as a planet.
Well said.